Hey everyone, it's Ollie and Jack, and in this video, we're going to run through some alternatives to any of the trunk movements you'll come across in your workouts.
So maybe the trunk exercise that you're currently doing isn't manageable, or maybe it's a little bit intolerable for you at the current time. Well, we're going to run through a variety of exercises you can do in replacement of that. Okay, let's run through them, mate.
Okay, so the first group of exercises are more of that plank style where we're supporting our weight with our hands or our arms. So to start with, let's focus on the classic plank. A nice hold position like Jack's doing there. Weight on his hands and his toes, or he can do it on his forearms and his toes. And the key thing here is the nice straight line Jack has between his shoulders and his ankles. Okay, to make it easier, you can start on your knees and your hands, or even your knees and your forearms like Jack is showing there. Okay, so that's the standard plank. Then we can challenge the sides of our trunk a bit more with a side plank. So same principle, but now on his side like so. So on his hands and his feet, all right, perhaps his forearm and his feet, or the hand or the forearm and his knees is going to be an easier version of the side plank. Great, and once again, Jack's doing a great job of holding a nice straight line.
Thanks, mate.
Beautiful. Now, another good variation here is the mountain climber. So for this one, Jack is going to be on his hands and his feet, and he's bringing each knee up to each elbow, just like so. Once again, trying to keep that nice straight line through his whole body. Perfect. Okay, and for any of those, so the plank, the side plank, or the mountain climber, you can make it more manageable by going up to a raised surface like the box we've got here, all right, or even something a bit higher like the back of a lounge, or even a kitchen bench is sometimes appropriate for some people.
Yeah, okay. And they can be done, all three of those exercises, on a box or a couch.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should get onto exercises that we do in a lying position on our back.
Alrighty.
So very common in a lot of the workouts. We're going to start with an absolute classic, the sit-up, mate.
Okay.
So sit-ups are a great way to challenge the abdominal muscles. Now Ollie can put his legs slightly bent, or he can straighten them out a little bit more. Doesn't really matter, whatever is more tolerable for you. And then he's going to basically try to get his shoulders all the way up to his knees in a sitting position. Now, a couple of different things you can do. You can put your arms over your head to give you a little bit more momentum as he comes up, just like that. Or, as Ollie was doing just before, putting your hands behind your head if you do have any neck issues. Just like that. Excellent. Now, one key little tip. If you like, you can put a weight in between your feet to make this a little bit more manageable for you, or you can hook your feet underneath a bed head or something like that so that you can use that for momentum. Excellent, mate. I won't crush your feet anymore. Now, there's lots of other different exercises you can do in this position, such as crunches. So all he's going to do for crunches is just lift his shoulders off the ground, okay? So a little bit easier than doing a full sit-up, just like that. Another one he can do, okay, is what we call bicycles. So like he's pedaling a bike whilst in that sitting position. And of course, he can do a couple of things. He can put his hands by his side, okay, or as he was just doing, chuck his hands underneath his bottom, and that may make it a little bit easier as well. Now he can do swimmers as well, mate, if you want to show us swimmers, as Ollie is slowly dying in that position there. Or he could do reverse crunches. So rather than lifting his shoulders up, he's actually lifting his knees towards his torso, bringing them down towards the ground, just like that. One other exercise he can do there is what we like to call a dead bug, okay? So he's lift his knees up with his legs at a right angle or around a 90-degree angle, just like that, okay? And he can also lift his hands up in the air if he can manage that. Okay, and he can do holds there, and let me tell you, that is very, very hard, isn't it, mate?
Yep, it sure is, mate.
Okay, one other exercise we can do in more of a sitting position is what we call a Russian twist. And no, that is not a vodka martini or anything like that. Very different. It's in a seated position with a weight or you can do it unweighted, basically rotating from side to side, tapping the ground just like that. Now it's going to be harder the further back Ollie leans, and he can already start to feel that, can't you, mate?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay, mate, have you got any others you'd like to add?
No, I think that about covers all of our lying down trunk exercises.
Excellent.
So there's plenty of alternatives for you to substitute in for any of the trunk exercises in your workouts. Just find an alternative that you find manageable and challenging and run with it.
Okay, we'll see you in the next video.